Hey everyone, this is Samuel, and you gotta love that free Apple domain music that is copyright free there. Today I want to talk about music. I don't really usually talk about music because I have such odd music tastes, but one of the biggest rappers in modern music that I'm a big fan of is Kanye West, and Kanye West usually makes extremely good stuff, but I downloaded his new album, and have been mixed feelings on it throughout the entirety of me owning it. I bought it for $14 on iTunes, and it's called Watch the Throne. It's a collaboration album with him and Jay-Z, and since I absolutely loved Dark Twisted Beautiful Fantasy by Kanye West, I think it was the best album to be released last year, and I also thoroughly enjoyed, I didn't love it, but I really enjoyed Jay-Z's The Blueprint 3, I think that's what it's called. I can't really remember. Jay-Z has such weird album names. He was supposed to quit at the Black Album. That really happened, right? But I really have mixed feelings on Watch the Throne. Because Watch the Throne feels like something really like studio put together. It's not really... I don't know, it doesn't, like, the thing I loved about Dark Twisted Beautiful Fantasy is that it really, really felt like Kanye put his whole heart and soul into the album. And, really let the whole craziness and, sarcasm and all that just thrive in that album. That album is, if you want to describe Kanye West, you play that album. And that album has songs that I will remember forever, and that we will see in trailers forever. We will see Power in trailers and played at ballpark games and whatever forever. That song is just that powerful, And you have All of the Lights, which is just an incredible song. There's songs on that album that people will remember for a very, very long time, and will probably get tons of radio play forever and be in commercials forever. But as for Watch the Throne, I feel like it's an extremely weak album by comparison. I mean, it starts off beautifully except for Liftoff, because Liftoff is one of the worst rap songs I've heard in recent history. I mean, Jesus Christ, guys. I don't know if it's just Beyonce yelling, or it feels like Kanye isn't even trying in that song. I feel Liftoff is easily the worst song on the album. However, No Church in the Wild is one of the best songs on the album. It's the only one where I feel like it's really powerful. I was so excited after playing that first song, because that song is just it's extremely powerful in its own sense because of what it talks about. I mean, look at the chorus. There's people in the mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? Those alone just describe the power of that song. That the chorus alone is just extremely powerful for the listener, and it exerts an extreme belief, and I love it. I love that song. That's the one song I extremely love off the album. The only other good song on the album, in my opinion, is Otis, and Otis isn't that amazing of a song either. I mean, it's pretty good, but honestly, the background beat of using Otis as, the background beat with the, oh, mama, it's just I don't know, it kind of overpowers Jay-Z and Kanye sometimes, or I can barely hear it. The chorus, I just can't get over how, it's sloppy that song is. And I have no idea why that's the single to the album. I guess they didn't have the balls to make No Church in the Wild the single to the album. I've never heard it on the radio anyways. Or maybe, since it kind of talks about organized religion in a bad way, and since I live in a heavily Catholic area, that probably could be the reason why I don't hear it on the radio. All I know is that I've never heard it on the radio, so I assume it's not a single. I don't know, I bought the album on iTunes the moment it launched, and I was extremely excited. And the thing about after Otis, there was two songs in between Otis and No Church in the Wild and Liftoff that I left off, I think. No. Well, Niggas in Paris is okay, but it's not... I don't know, the problem with this album is that it's a bunch of okay songs. And the three exclusive iTunes songs, I believe there was three exclusive ones, um, they aren't that great either. So I kind of feel like the entire album for me is just weird. And one thing is the song Illest Motherfucker Alive. I don't know if this song is just on iTunes, because it's just in the deluxe edition or whatever. But that song has a 3-minute pause of just dead air, and then it continues off the beat of No Church in the Wild, and then makes a whole new song out of it. It's supposed to be like the continuation of No Church in the Wild. I have no idea what exactly it's supposed to be. At the end of No Church in the Wild, they have like that dun, dun, na, 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 and then have like the tiger growling and stuff. It continues off that and makes it into its own song. But I don't know why there's a 2-minute pause between Illest Motherfucker and Live and Why I Love You. The album itself just feels like Kanye and Jay-Z aren't putting out as much effort, and I guess that's just to prove, the whole album's just to prove a point that they're on top or whatever. I really enjoy both of these artists a lot. Kanye more than Jay-Z, just because I'm just not the biggest Jay-Z fan. Not because of his personality and stuff. I mean, there's plenty of reasons to hate him for that, but I just feel like his music is extremely kind of overrated. I mean, some of his music is brilliant. Don't get me wrong. Like, Empire State of Mind is one of the best songs to come out in years also. But I just feel that he's lacking a lot. Like, both of them feel like they were really lazy on this album. Kind of making up stuff as they go along. A lot of the later songs in the album just feel like they were filler songs. And they can maybe pop 2 or 3 singles out of this album. Like, there's not a lot of room to work with on this. I don't even really see the potential for even music videos or even major radio play, especially since some of the later songs can be like 4 or 5 minutes long, and that can make it difficult for them to get on the radio. I mean, Welcome to the Jungle is also okay, but the problem is that none of these songs, like, there's only a couple of really bad songs. Like, I feel like Who Go and Stop Me and Lift Off are easily awful songs. They're just terrible. But all the rest are just okay. And I don't know, it's just shocking to have an album by Kanye West and Jay-Z, 2 of the biggest names in rap right now, and just have it be so mediocre. Don't get me, it feels like there was not enough effort put into the album, or they didn't have enough creative freedom, or they didn't spend enough time on it. Like, another thing I noticed odd about this album is that there's a lot of bleed over when they use effects and beats. It feels like they just overpower all of the words. I don't know if it's just lazy editing, or they fixed all that and they probably have a new version to download on iTunes, but I just bought this when it came out, so I have no idea. I mean, even looking at some of the artwork in the booklet, well, the digital booklet, it just feels like this was just a rushed thing. And I guess it's kind of a statement. The whole album is kind of a statement of saying, fuck you, we can do anything, we're kings, we can do it, watch the throne. But I just feel like so much more could have been done, especially with the producing. I think, a lot of these beats need to be cleaned up, and that, someone should tell them that using so many effects, especially like at No Church in the Wild, the ending part of it, there's just tons and tons and tons of animal screeching noises and, overlaying beats. I don't know, it just sounds bad to me. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know, like, the thing about Kanye West is that he's a wild and crazy rapper, you know what I mean? Like, his stuff is supposed to be intentionally, like, controversial and, but some of the stuff he says in this album, like at one point he said this is a black Holocaust. I also felt that was a bit over the top. Like, I don't know, I'm not one to usually get offended by stuff or, point out stuff, because I'm extremely pro freedom of speech. but I think that was a little insensitive. Um, However, that's just how Kanye is. And I've actually had friends on Twitter, specifically Johnny Tsunami. He probably is listening to this video right now, who have really disliked that. And I don't know. It's just Kanye being Kanye to me. What do you guys think of the album if you have listened to it, which I doubt a lot of you have, because it seems like a lot of people who watch my videos don't like rap or aren't into hip-hop at all. I can understand that. I mean, it's really not for everybody. You kind of have to grow up around it or listen to a lot of it, and I can understand how people, misinterpret different music styles because they just don't like that. It's like when I listen to metal, it kind of all blends together to me. I can see how rap could all blend together as well. But I guess since I put some gameplay behind here, I should at least talk a little bit about the gameplay going on here. In case you didn't know, this is Beast Mode in Gears of War 3, and I fucking love Gears of War 3, by the way. I might make a review of that for Freeze Cracker or something. Gears of War 3 is easily, right now, Game of the Year. I don't know if Battlefield or, any of those games. Skyrim might pass it. I think Skyrim has the best chance of taking on Gears of War at this point. But that's about it, man. I mean, this is just a fucking phenomenal game. Maybe Uncharted and Skyrim and Batman possibly have could put some type of dent in Gears of War 3, but this is a really well polished game, man. Like I was talking to Filthy Agent 36, who I'm playing with here, and he loves the hell out of it. Like, it's just a really well done game. And if you don't know who Filthy Agent 36 is, he's this cool guy on YouTube. He makes just random videos. He doesn't really make a lot of, gameplay videos or anything like that. His videos aren't really organized. They're just there for fun. And I love YouTube channels like that. Like, I like YouTube channels like me. I mean, they're organized and, do a lot of different types of content and stuff. But I also love, just channels where people just put up random ass videos. I don't know about you, but that's a real interesting prospect of people using YouTube what it was originally for. It wasn't originally for these shows or type of content like podcasts and stuff. It wasn't for blogs or any of that stuff either. It was for let's take some family videos, throw it up on YouTube. Let's make a little skit, throw it up on YouTube. Those were the days. But alas, everyone's turned this into a podcast, blog type thing. And don't get me wrong, I was one of the first people that jumped on that goddamn bandwagon. But I love doing that because, I'm not really type of person. I don't know. I find it rude to pull out my camera in public and try to record some of the stuff that we're doing. I do it from time to time, but for the most part, I feel rude about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just a little paranoid or something. I don't know. I've always found it rude just to, pull a camera out, or anyone to, for that matter. Well, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. This has been a great video, I think. I don't know, probably one of my shittiest ones ever, but whatever. Samuel out.